In this video, I will share to all of you about how to make smooth curve commercial building. And anyway, in this workspace, I've already prepared about my template. I've been prepared about the silhouette people and one of the tree. And for the end of this progress, I will put it into a landscape, and for the adding some situation and make it more representative. Okay, first of all, we have to make the basic plane with using the rotate rectangle. We can click from this origin. Okay, then we can drag to the another side around 30 meter and enter, and we can set the depth of this building around 20 meter and enter. Okay, now we can make the smooth curve in the front with using the 2-point arc. Okay, then we can click from this position. We can click from this position and we can type 64s and enter to make it more smooth. Then we can click this one and place to this position. Then we can click this point and click to this point and double click. Okay, and now we can see about the result, and now we can select the eraser tool and erase the extra line over there. And now we can move it to the another side to make it clear visual about the smoothness of this front area of this commercial building. Okay, now we can duplicate it to the another place. We can click move, press Ctrl and click the surface and place to this position, for example. Then we can click this surface and push it up. Okay, we can push it up around 1 meter and enter, and we can triple click, right click and make group. Okay, then we can select move again, press Ctrl, click from this position until this position, and then we can move it up around 3.6 meter and enter. Okay, then we can duplicate again about 2 or 3. Okay, approximately just like this. Okay, then we can make the another elements. We can make the another glazing element. We can triple click this one and make group. Okay, then we can select rotate rectangle and click to the another to this any position. Then we can type 200 millimeter, enter, and we can set the depth of this frame around 100 millimeter. Okay, then we can triple click the surface and push it up just a little bit. Okay, then we can triple click, make group, and then we can right click and make component and create. Okay, then we can select this object. Okay, we can select this object to this midpoint of this curve, or we can position to the edge of this curve. Okay, we can place to this edge of this curve. Okay, we can select all and move it again in here. Okay, then we can select the line and place the line in here, and then we can quickly move the line to this midpoint. Okay, then we can drag the line to the upper position. So this is about the midpoint of this curve side, and we can search for the midpoint of this curve side. Okay, this is the midpoint. Okay, I mean it was the both of line is very important to make the a guideline. To make the guideline, for we have to move and duplicate the vertical frame, and then we can select this vertical frame, select move, and place to this position. And then we can move to the front in here. We can move to the front. Okay, then we can duplicate this one. We can select rotate and click from this endpoint and press Ctrl, and we can click this midpoint and we can place to this position. Click, and then we can type 5 slash and enter. Okay, and also this one we can select rotate, press Ctrl and click from this endpoint, and we can click for this midpoint, and we can place to this end position on it. Click and then we can type 5 slash and enter also. Okay, and we can get the clean vertical frame facade to make the glazing wall of this commercial building. Okay, then now we can select this midpoint vertical, and then we can select move, press Ctrl and place to this position. Okay, then we can place to this midpoint. We can using the midpoint. Okay, then we can place to this position. Okay, then we can select this vertical frame, and we can select the rotate and click from this endpoint, then click to the midpoint and move to the right side. Then we can type 5 slash and enter, and also this one, and we can select rotate, press Ctrl and click from this endpoint and click for this midpoint, and we can click to this endpoint, and then we can type 4 slash and enter. Okay, so we can get the clean vertical arrangement. We can get the clean horizontal arrangement by following the smooth curve of this front facade of the commercial building. Okay, then we have to duplicate, then we have to extend or place to this appropriate position in it. Okay, then we can push it up until this position. Okay, then we can select it all and right click and make group, and okay, we can select move, press Ctrl and place from this endpoint until this endpoint. Okay, so we can get the result about it, and it's depend on us if we wanna make it to be a front facade of this commercial building. You can move it to the front. Okay, and you can also extend again to the upper position around 3 meter approximately, and it's done. And then now you can make the another horizontal frame. You can select this smooth curve and offset it outside around 300 and enter, and we can close this another line. Then we can click the surface and select edit, copy, exit from the group and edit, paste in place. Then we have to push it up around 100, enter, double click, make group, and we can select a move, press Ctrl, click from this endpoint until this endpoint. Okay, now we can move it up until this position. Now we can right click and make component first, create, then we can select a move, press Ctrl and place to this position. Okay, then we can select a move, press Ctrl and place to this another position of it. Okay, then we can select move, press Ctrl and place to this position. You can place this position. Okay, then we can make the another vertical frame arrangement. We can select this, we can explode this one and select this vertical frame, select move, press Ctrl and place to this another position, and we can rotate this one until 90 degree. Then we can select move and place to this position, and we can select move, press Ctrl and place to this position, and then we can type 9 slash and enter. And we can also select all, make group, and select move, press Ctrl and place to this position, and we can rotate and 90 degree, and we can move until this position. We can move until this corner position, and we can duplicate it again to complete this empty space over there. Okay, so you can divide it wisely. You can divide it or you can complete it. You can explore about your creativity to make it more balanced or make it more aesthetic by your own version. Okay, then now we can select line, click from this position and click this position and click to this position. Okay, then we can triple click and offset it inside. Okay, then close the line, and we can close this polyline and push it down and triple click, make group, right click, make component, create. Then we can select a move, press Ctrl and place to the another position, and we can place to this position. Okay, we can continue to place to the another position. Okay, you can complete the space by your own design. Okay, now we can make the another column, structural column. We can using the rotate rectangle, click from this position. We can set the column 1 meter and 1 meter of the height and enter. Okay, then we can push it up and triple click, make group and right click and make component, create. Then we can select a move, press Ctrl and maybe we can make the diagonal line in here. Okay, so we can select the tape measure tool and we can drag from this position to this position. Okay, then we can select this guideline, select move, press Ctrl and place to this position. Then we can type 5 slash and enter. Okay, so we can see about the distance 6 meter. Okay, then we can select the tape measure tool again and click from this position to this position and click again from this position, reverse position in here. Okay, then we can delete this one and we can select the guideline, select move, press Ctrl and place to this position, click, and then we can type 4 slash and enter. Okay, so we can move to flat with the surface and right click. Okay, we have already made the component. You can select move and place to the another intersection of this guideline. Anyway, this is just about the schematic, or this is just for schematic. Sorry, we have to move it a little bit to the behind, around 300 approximately. So we have to move it to the behind around 300 and enter. Okay, then we can select this 4 column and move it to the behind around 3.5 meter, enter. And we can select this one, select move, press Ctrl to the another side around 5 meter, enter. Okay, and also this one, select the 5th column, move, duplicate, press Ctrl and type 5 meter and enter. And the distance from this position until this position is too large, so we can select the both of the column. Then we can move and duplicate again a little bit around 2.5 meter and enter. Okay, and also this one. Okay, maybe it's enough, not need column, but it's just for my schematic assumption. Okay, so you can move it to the ground floor, push it to the ground floor in here, and we can get the basic shape of this commercial building. Then okay, now we can delete some unnecessary object over there, include the guideline and middle line over there. Then we can click this one, you can select this outline and offset it outside around 50 millimeter. Okay, then we can drag the line over there. Okay, we can drag the line. You can following my modification, and we can select this one. Okay, then we can click this surface and edit, copy and exit from the group. Okay, then we can edit and paste in place, and we can select move. We can place to this appropriate position. We can place to this position. Okay, then we can push it up until this position. Okay, then we can triple click and make group. Okay, then we can push it until the ground floor. Okay, then we can draw the another glazing system with using line and following the every single corner over there. Okay, and we can triple click and offset it outside around 50 millimeter and enter, and we can close the polyline over there, and also we can close the polyline over there. Okay, then we have to push it down until this position. Then we can push it to the front. Okay, then we can triple click and make group. Okay, then we can cut this edge because we want it to be extend. Okay, then we can push it to the front until this position. Okay, then we can cut this surface with the similar step before, and we have to push it to the another side again to complete this cornering. And also this one, we have to complete this one to complete this cornering. Then we can cut the several unnecessary object over there. Okay, then now we can select the materials. We can use the blue materials. Okay, so we can see about the structural system. Anyway, we have to close this area. We have to close the surface with using another elements. For example, we can click this outline. We can click this inner outline and edit, copy, exit from the group, and edit, paste in place, and offset it outside around 100 millimeter approximately. Okay, then we can close the polyline again in here. Okay, and we can close the polyline in here and push it down until this position. Double click and make group. Okay, then we can continue to draw the line from this position, this cornering, until this cornering, and offset it inside around 150 millimeter, and enter. And we can click, close this polyline, and also close this polyline. Okay, then we can push it down and enter. Okay, and then we can make the another element such as a canopy. We can click this object, click this outside outline, and select edit, copy, and edit, paste in place, and we can offset it outside We can offset it outside around 7.5 meter and enter. And we can close the polyline in here. Okay, then now we can move it down until this position, and we can push it up approximately just like this and make group. And we can also make the canopy in here, or make a larger canopy, larger glazing canopy in here. And you can also move and duplicate this one to this position. We can click this floor, and we can edit, copy, exit from the group, and edit, paste in place, and offset it outside until 7 meter approximately. Okay, then we can close the polyline and push it up. Okay, we can push it up a little bit, and we can offset it outside. Okay, around 5 meter. Okay, and push it down. Okay, then we can offset it outside. For example, this is just for a stair on the front. Then we can triple click and make group, and we can draw the rectangle in here and push it to the front again, and move the line to the bottom to make the sloping. Make group, and also this one. Okay. We have to push it to the front and move the line to the bottom. Then we can triple click, make group, and okay, we can also make the another elements. We can click this outline, edit, copy, and edit, paste in place, and offset it outside. Okay. Then we can push it up. Okay, then offset it inside a little bit. We can triple click, make group, and we can also assign with the another materials with using water materials. We can assign the materials in here, and we can assign the asphalt or concrete. We can using the asphalt material in here, and we can set the level of the darkness over there, so you can improve more about it by your own creativity. Okay, we can make the line in here to make a grazing, and also this one, we can make the line in here, push it up, make group, and we can assign the materials with using landscaping materials. Okay, so you can see about it. Then we can select the concrete material. We can select all except the surface, and we can select this concrete for the entrance system in here. And okay, we can make the cylinder column in here. Okay, we can triple click, make group, and right click and make component, create, and we can select move, press Ctrl and place to this position, or we can select this one and select rotate. We can rotate from this midpoint of this curve area. We can click for this position, and then we can type /n, enter, and okay, and it's done. Then we can modify for every single column. We can push it up, then we can offset it inside, then we can push it down. Okay, then we can modify again for the top surface and push it down. Okay, and we can also change it to be wood materials in here. Okay, then we can assign the wood material in here, and we can set the saturation level to make it more elegant look in here. And we can also change the material with using metal materials in this position. Okay, then we can add more additional surface for the front facade of this commercial building. We can select the outside curve outline. We can edit, copy, and exit from the group, and we can edit, paste in place, and we can offset it outside around 500 millimeter. And of course we can close the polyline. Okay, we can close the polyline over there, and we can push it to the bottom position. Can we triple click, make group, and we can try to move it up. And okay, we can try this one to move it down approximately about this, and then we can assign the materials like this. We can change the material like this, and then we can select this line, select move, and we can move the materials. We can modify, we can select the surface, and we can click this one, and we can set the smoothness, just like this, and we can push it down until the another position, just like this. And we can select this line and select move, and move it to the upper position. Okay, and now we can select this one, and we can set the smoothness of the surface. Okay, or maybe we can set the smoothness about it. And I mean, it was done. And okay, we can also make the another element, and we can delete this one, and we can assign with the another landscape element. And we can draw the freehand with using freehand tool approximately in this position, and also the another position, this position, and also this position. It's just for example, so you can explore more by your own creativity. Okay, we can select landscaping and assign the materials, and also we can assign the asphalt material, and we can assign the glazing, green glass material for the tree and landscaping over there. Okay, then we can place to this position. Then we can set the style to clear style in here, and we can also change activate the shadow and select the shadow orientation over there. For example, just like this. Okay, and it's done. So you can improve by your own exercise with your own 3D model on SketchUp. Thanks for watching. Just wait for my next tutorial. Thank you.